La 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 la. Story time, story time. You know what time it is. Story time, story time. It is story time with the Anthony KT. What's up, y'all? Welcome to episode 20. Yes, episode 20 of Story Time with the Anthony KT. Nice to see y'all again. We're here again, sticking on with the American. We're having a good time with all the crazy, everything that's crazy that's going on in the world. That's going on in the world. I am hoping that with all y'all watching, this is taking you away from that craziness and put a little smile on your faces for however long I do these. And if that does that for you, and I hope it does that for you, then I'm doing my job pretty well. Anyway, let's get to it. The American. So where we left off, James and Sophia, they've met in not the typical way how people meet, but there is no real right way to meet someone or accidentally you bump into someone. You know, there's all these different ways of how it's happened. This is just their unique way of how it happened. And they went out and had a long, unexpected time together at a coffee house, one of Sophia's favorite coffee houses. And then they went out on a official, I guess, first date. They went to Radio Rooftop for their first official date. And not forgetting that we are still in London at this point. And now we're going on. Now where we start with this. First, the coffee get together, just hang out, went really good. First official date went really well. Now we're on a second date. In the second date, Sophia is thinking of something relaxing, just chill back, something that they can watch at her place that they can both enjoy. As they both learn, they're both wrestling fans, pro wrestling fans, and more typically, they're both WWE fans. And Sophia had this idea of watching NXT and NXT UK. Now, at the time when I wrote this, there was a brand from NXT called NXT UK, which took place in the UK, mostly London. Since the pandemic, NXT UK is no more, but WWE is in the middle of bringing that back and changing it from NXT UK to NXT Europe, so it covers all of Europe. So anyway, where we left off. So now where we're at is, I don't know what the finger pointing was for. I don't know what that was. That just forced a habit thing. Anyway, so where we're at now is now James and Sophia are at her place. They're sitting back on the couch, they're eating some good food, and they are watching NXT UK. They had just sat through NXT, and now they're watching NXT UK. Sophia usually records them and watch them later on, and that's what they're doing. So, here we go. We're going to start right there, and let's get into it. Let me see. Oh yeah, in the middle of talking about the difference between faction groups Undisputed Era and Imperium, and which one of them thought was better, Sophia just stared into James's brown eyes, and James stopped talking and stared back into Sophia's beautiful long blonde hair and her glowing blue eyes. Sophia then put her hand on James's cheek and kissed him on the lips. James put his hand around the back of Sophia's head as he kissed her back. Suddenly, it wasn't about NXT UK, or which faction group was better. It was about Sophia and James in that moment. Before they met, they had a wall up to protect themselves from getting more hurt than they already were. From the time they met to this first kiss, they were able to bring each other's wall down, and they both felt comfortable enough to be themselves around each other. In that moment, Sophia wasn't thinking about Jacob, and James wasn't thinking about Lisa. They were thinking about each other and the moment they were in together. When they finished kissing each other, James looked into Sophia's eyes and said hi, as if he was seeing the real her for the first time. And James looked back into James's eyes and said hi, as if she was seeing him, as if she was seeing the real him for the first time. After the commercial break was over, and NXT UK was back on. After that kiss, the commercial break was over and NXT UK was back on. And that, my friends, is story time with the Anthony KT with the American. That was fun. I gotta say, I love doing these. I love going back and reading those stories that I've done, giving you guys a chance to listen to like a paragraph here and a paragraph there from each chapter of every story I've written, just to give you an idea, somewhat of an idea, but leave it like a mystery about what's going on in these stories that I've written, and also remind you that all these stories that are available, the link is in the bio. And if you want to read them, that's where you'll find them. Link is in the bio. Go ahead and check them out, as well as other stories I've written in the past. And of course, this new story that I'm working on, this new love story that I'm working out called The Unexpected, that will be out later on this month. But in writing The Unexpected, that's kind of the theme I'm going here, and kind of wanting to do a love story, reading a love story for this new thing of story time with the Anthony KT, by reading this love story while I'm also working on a love story. Keep the theme of it going so that when we get to it, y'all know what's up. So that's it for that. Thank you again. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you can get a heads up on when the next episode will be up and stuff. And as well as when story time with the Anthony KT Blackout Edition will be out, as well as clips and shorts that I have that also come out and involve stories that I'm either working on or have worked on. But anyway, that is it for now. In the meantime and in between time, peace, y'all.